Hey guys, before we get started, we want to shout out all of our awesome partners, including Hicks Chiks, Trinity Medical, Gregg Vet, Magnolia Bluff Casino, Weeks Furniture, and all of the awesome partners that you see on the screen right now. Make sure to do business with them, and we hope you enjoy the show. Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight, and we are back for another exciting week of Champion Sports Talk. With my man, Mr. Joey Martin. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, brother. Good to be here.
Another weekend.
You got it.
Oh man, as always, we shoot down here at Magnolia Bluff Casino in the Playmakers Sportsbook area, and we're driven by Sango GMC. Before we get started, man, I got a couple little housekeeping notes that I wanted to mention. Wardo's, they've got a run coming up for the Ward granting scholarship that they do. It's on December the 9th. Okay. I don't think me and you will be running in the 5K, but I may walk. I may donate. My running days might be behind.
Yeah, they could use a sundial on me.
But it's always it'll be a fun event, and it's for a great cause. Really quickly, want to say we're still thinking about your family member Amy.
Appreciate that.
We want to say Corey Miller and Tracy Bennett out there. Corey's house had a fire, as most of you guys watching knows, and he lost a lot, and I can't even imagine that. And I wanted to say there's a fishing tournament coming up. My buddy Lance Bird and some other guys are putting on. It's December the 17th, so you can look Lance up on Facebook, but he also gave a number. It's 225-610-9009 if you'd like to participate in the fishing tournament. It's on a Sunday, which is, he said is an odd day for it, but he's just trying to get it in quick. So thinking about Sue Smith's family out there. You probably knew Miss Sue pretty well, huh? Yeah.
Certainly prayers for that family. You're right. And we're thinking about all of you.
Yeah. And then Jessica Anderson, sweet lady that's been on the show with us from the casino. She's still recovering from some medical issues, but she's in Baton Rouge down at the lake, and just wanted to say we're thinking about you, Jessica.
Yeah, there's a lot of sick people out
I know,
there.
it is. And then lastly, our military guys overseas. Just want to get that in because, like we say every week, we're a sports show, but we're a human being show too. So we just want to make sure to let everybody out there know that we're thinking about you, especially this time of the year.
Yeah, and your families as well. That's just tough.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Well, what do we have on our local sports scene?
Man,
we got a lot going on.
We got basketball out of the yazoo. I'm telling you,
it's hard to keep up with all them basketball games.
But I've got some teams doing really well. Fairdy's basketball teams tipped off their home opener against Block Tuesday at Fairdy High. They're still having issues at the junior high with the scoreboard, so they're having to play their games at the high school, which is smaller, but hopefully they get that fixed. Lady Trojans defeated Block 33-11. Zariah Boxley had 10 points. Fairdy boys fell to Block 59-51. Sean Davis Fairdy told me Block's got a really good team.
Do they?
B.B. Terrell, he's sophomore. His kid, you're going to hear about him over and over again. Led the way, 19 points, 10 rebounds. DeMarcus Mitchell, a freshman, added 13. Look out in the future for Fairdy boys. He's got a lot of sophomores and freshmen, and they're doing really well.
Did you say that Faraday's got a little height now?
They do have a little height. Yeah, both of those guys are pretty tall. So yeah, they're doing really well. And they're playing in the Monterey tournament. They actually beat Grant, the boys, 57-50 over Grant, and DeMarcus had 13. The girls picked it up and lost to Grant 53-41, but they've been averaging about 20 points a game, and they got 41. So it's just a process, young kids, and so Boxley had 15 in that game. I got to give big kudos for the Lady Vikings upset McKinley 4A school down in Baton Rouge. Went on the road, won in overtime, and they're 3-1 now. The job Flora McKnight has done with them has been just outstanding. Lyric Warner had 26 points for most she scored. Mackenzie Watson, 13. Chesney Williams, 11. So keep going, Lady Vikings. It's good to see because they've been kind of the doormat the last few years.
Yeah.
So proud of them.
They've got some good ball players. Huh?
They do. They do.
Good.
Bedelia boys fell 60-43, and they're also competing in the Monterey tournament. They play Doré today at Monterey, and then you got Faraday and Monterey playing each other tomorrow. So that's pretty. Gonna be a nice day of basketball. Delta Charter, man, poor Patrick Davis, he's still trying to get his kids going. Of course, they went over in football. He had a lot of kids not return. They lost to Harrisonburg. The boys fell 56-48. Tyron Singleton, of course, we know him well. Hakeem Johnson, they both had 12 points. Janai Singleton led the Lady Storm with 10. And they play at Claiborne Christian in Monroe Friday.
Okay.
And Monterey teams, they swept Sicily Island. That was on Monday, 74-25 for the boys. Jack Magoon, 15. Yeah, Tylen Blount, 14. The girls were 52-21. Addie Lacaz, of course, we talked about her getting close to 1,000. She had 12 points. Macy Green, 11. So, good things going on in Monterey.
I'll tell you what, Monterey's always had a good basketball team.
I mean, they do great.
I mean, it just seems like for years and years they've always had they've had a lot of good players that have come through there.
They have.
All the way back, you get back to some of the Passmans and Joe Paul. The Joe Paul was all around athlete. We used to pick on him because we're like, man, you were starting in every sport in like sixth grade. It felt like.
You're right.
For the varsity.
But they do. Yeah, they start early, and man, Eric Richard's done a great job. Of course, Joe Barron's father taking over the girls this year. Got to mention Cathedral played Spilleman Monday. The boys lost by 4, but they were right there with them the whole way. The boys are 5-3, and of course Justin Hawkins, Cam Tanner leading them. The Lady Wave are 5-3, and they're still playing well and competing. They've got WCCA today.
Okay.
Of course, Kinsley Young's still leading them as well. ACCS, obviously, they got off a late start because of winning state. It's probably excusable.
They're probably happy to be off to a late start. Yeah.
Yeah, Matthew Freeman coaches the boys and the girls. Boys are actually 5-1, and Tyson Young, Landon McGuire doing a great job for them. Girls are 3-3. Mackenzie Campbell, Reagan Rabb doing great for them. Natchez High. Boys are still tearing it up, man. 6-0.
Yeah.
Beat Wilkinson County 68-52. David Haywood's son, had 13. Ronald Ellis just came over from Delta Charter. He had 13. And Patrick Bankston, William Johnson had 12 each. So, I mean.
They've got quite a little squad there.
And they're young, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good thing. And, the Lady Bulldogs are 4-2. And that's Renee. She's doing well. Renee Ellis with 15. Kalia Kennedy, she's averaging 9.3 a game. So we got some good basketball around here.
Yeah. You thinking, is Natchez expected to make some noise, or?
I think they are.
Is their district tough, or do you know?
They always, class is always tough. You know, you've got the Jackson teams, and it's just, you're going to see that competition. But I think they're going to be a team to contend with the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Especially getting in district. I like what's going on there.
That's some talented names that you mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And got to mention Delta Charter girls. They started their soccer season against Tioga. Girls and boys both lost. And speaking of prayers, Allie Atwood, they played at Tioga. They got turf, and she got her foot caught in the turf and twisted her knee. And she's supposed to find out tomorrow how bad it is. So prayers for Allie as well.
Yeah.
And as young as both those teams are, they don't need to lose a lot.
Yeah. Who's the soccer coach over there?
Krista McLaughlin. She does a great job. Both boys and girls.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But it's been a whirlwind, and it's tournament time always this time of year, and of course we'll start district next year, start of next year, and that's when we'll start seeing who's contender or pretender.
Contender or pretender. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, they get through the holidays, which is, I mean, we're right here now. We've got a couple of weeks, about 3 weeks till Christmas, 3 or 4 weeks, and that'll fly by. You know, the
tough thing about it, Ronnie, is you don't want a long break, But it's hard for these kids to be focused during the Christmas holidays. And, you know,
it's hard for me to be focused during the holidays.
Exactly. So, you start to get in that rhythm in January. So that's when it really pick up.
Yeah. Anything else on the local scene?
About get it, brother.
Okay. Yeah, we just encourage all the Joey does a wonderful job keeping up with everything local.
Well, I appreciate it.
And but you know, we don't always know everything. We don't always get things perfect.
No.
But except for Joey, I don't. But
don't even go there.
But no, I mean, you know, you guys, the coaches, reach out to us and update us, and you know, we lean on you guys to for information sometimes.
For sure.
And you know, even if you're a fan or a parent or something, feel free to comment and share or message us or whatever if there's something that you think that we need to give a little bit more spotlight to.
One of local players playing college ball.
Some
of them wrapped up their season. Lewis Matthews at Grambling, they were upset by Southern. He finished the year, this is unbelievable, 99 tackles, 2 interceptions, did not make first or second team all SWAC.
What?
I know. That's crazy. One of the guys on the second team had 76 tackles. So I was talking to his dad the other day. He said, I don't get it. But you know how that stuff goes. I mean, that's why you worry about will Jaden Daniels win the Heisman? You never know.
Yeah, man, that's upsetting.
It comes up to voting.
Yeah. Well, you know, me personally, I couldn't care less about awards, man. I'm all about the process, and you know, when I win something, I hold it up and say, "Hey, awesome, thank you," and then I move on. I'm not a rear view mirror guy. I'm always looking ahead at what to do next, but when I see somebody else get snubbed, I'm always like, man, that's kind of, especially when it's a kid who's worked so hard.
Oh,
but
who earns it?
Yeah, who earned it? Yeah, but
I also want to mention boy Jacarius Caston, Southern Miss. He finished with 33 receptions, 621 yards, 6 touchdowns, and man, just did a great job. He also had a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown that was the longest since 2021. And so great job for him.
And what classification is he? Will he be back, or is that it?
I think he's got another year, yeah.
Okay.
And our boy Samaje finished with 4 catches, 86 yards, played special teams.
Okay.
And, of course, that was his first year at Louisiana Christian. He did a great job.
Yeah.
And your boy Trey Miner.
Yeah.
He's got big things ahead of him.
Over at Colin. Yeah, Colin, they ended up, Colin had I talked to one of their board members, Jason Lynch, and I know several of their board members live right beside Mr. Melton King. Mm-hmm. And they had a good year. I mean, they made it all the way to the championship. They lost, I think, last week or just recently in the championship game.
Right.
So,
of course, Glenn Davis, their coached at Natchez for a while, and he was coach of the year. So, congrats to him. Great guy. Yeah,
I told some of those guys that I said maybe me and Joey will make a ride up to catch a basketball game or something soon. I wanted to make a football game. It just our schedules. I mean, this time of the year just never worked out. But they want us to come up there and see the facilities and all of that.
It's been a while since I've been up there. I'd love to.
They're doing some good. They're doing some good stuff there and on the Natchez campus, and they're really proud of what they're building, and they really want us to come see those facilities. So I said, let's do it.
Absolutely.
But all right. Well, you think that's it on the local scene?
Like you were saying, let us know if you know someone we've missed.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got some fun college stuff that I want to jump in. So what we'll do is we'll take a super quick break, and then I'm going to throw some college stuff at you when we get right back.
Sounds good.
See y'all right after the break.
Okay. Plenty of that to throw away.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. I want to tell you about our awesome partners, J.E. Hicks Distributing Company, also known as Hicks Chiks. Hicks Chiks is a local, family-owned food distribution company that has been serving the Miss Lou since 1945. You already know they serve all of your favorite restaurants, but did you know they are also open to the public? Hicks has a variety of food products, including delicious heat and eat options like chicken and dumplings, white bean chicken chili, lasagna, and gumbo. They also carry a wide variety of seafood options like shrimp, crabs, tuna steaks, salmon, and catfish. And don't forget about their famous TNT burgers that are already pattied up for you and their amazing dessert options. So go see the awesome team at Hicks Chiks at 1380 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Natchez. Hicks Chiks, way more than just chicken.
Welcome to your new hospital, Trinity Medical. Located in Faraday, Trinity Medical is the only acute care facility in the Tri-Parish area. Here you will find an active pursuit of holistic health, a strong, honest group of clinicians, and a consciousness of others that transcends the 80,000 square feet committed to you and your loved ones. Trinity Medical. People you know, caring for people you love.
Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. We're out at our awesome partners, Gregg Veterinary Clinic, and we are in the back in the Barkley Pet Hotel and Spa. I'm standing in the Magnolia Bell Suite, which is one of 5 elite boarding suites available to your 4-legged furry friends when you travel this summer. Each suite comes with a private bed, flat screen TV, 24/7 video monitoring, and a sliding door so your pet feels like they're home. They provide one-on-one walking and activities in a fenced-in private backyard. So call Gregg Vet Hospital today and request your pet suite at the Barkley Pet Hotel and Spa. They'll leave the light on for you. Call Gregg Veterinary Hospital today.
My name is Yvonne Ivory. I'm the lab director here at Trinity Medical. I have 40 years of medical laboratory experience.
Hello, my name is Mary Cubic. I am Trinity Medical Outpatient Specialist, and I've been doing this for over 40 years.
Our lab offers numerous services. We have an exceptional outpatient department. We provide phlebotomies and venipunctures for tests requested by physicians. Trinity Lab has the newest, most innovative equipment for specimen processing, yielding quick turnaround times for results. Doctors are able to diagnose and treat patients in a timely manner for faster healing. Our newest addition is our in-house microbiology department.
Hi, I'm Fayla Giddon, and I am the lead microbiology tech here at Trinity Medical. I have over 24 years of experience, and this is our brand new microbiology department. So if the doctors suspect infection, that's where we bring the cultures back here. We set them up on different types of media, depending on what type of culture it is. So if we have some growth, it'll be something like this. So we do some offline tests where we determine if it's gram positive, gram negative, and then we're able to set it up on our machines and it's able to tell us the organism. It gives us an ID, and it also gives us a sensitivity, which shows the doctor what drug will treat the patient and kill the organism.
Here at Trinity, we are committed to providing excellent patient care and services to promote the healing of our patients and our community.
All right, we are back. Man, I'm watching this. I'm at Frankie's the other night, and the Christmas tree lighting and all that, and the place is full, and it's people everywhere downtown, and I'm sitting over there at my little table, and I'm watching the TV, and I'm like, wow, I didn't see any score or anything. I walk in, and I look up, and Auburn's winning. I was like, oh, my goodness. Shocked. And this was like 30 seconds before what happened. Right. And I was like, oh, my goodness, Alabama's about to lose to Auburn? I did not see that coming. So, I mean, I called it right at that, and then unbelievable, huh?
Yeah, it was. 4th and 31.
4th and 31.
They were rolling Toomer's corn.
I mean, that was, man, what did Auburn rush? 2, I think?
Yes. I hate the 3-man rush. So I saw him rushing 2. I'm like, really? I mean, you got a good quarterback, good receivers. I don't care. They're going to get open. If the defensive back cannot sit there and cover somebody for that long.
Look, and these receivers now are so good, man.
Exactly.
I mean, just look at LSU receivers. The catches that they made last week against A&M, I mean, it's just, you can't stop that.
You just don't give them you should let somebody or put more pressure, because when you put pressure on Milroe, he's not as effective.
Yeah.
So I don't get that. Well, man on man, but still.
Yeah.
You give them all day to run their pattern. I'm sorry.
That's kind of a heartbreaker there, man, for Auburn. I mean, it didn't hurt my heart any for either one of them.
Right.
But
the funny thing was they got the interception. A lot of people took Alabama minus the points, were thinking, "Oh wow, I just covered it." And then they come back and take that away.
Yeah. I knew a couple of people with that. Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, and then kind of touch on the LSU A&M game, since kind of wrapped up the regular season for LSU.
Yeah.
What do you think? Let's start with just that game in particular, and then we'll talk about their season a little bit.
Well, obviously, LSU got off to a slow start. Finally got going. Jaden. Well, of course, they kept the ball away from him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, great. Kudos to Texas A&M, but still, LSU's defense, I still don't get half the stuff they do. This personnel, and you don't have Harold Perkins out there some plays. Why?
Yeah.
You don't have him rushing as much. If they don't let Matt House go, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm kind of, I mean, today is Thursday, the 30th.
Yeah.
I'm like, why hasn't this happened already?
He won't have Jaden Daniels to bail him out next year.
Yeah, because without Jaden Daniels this season, I mean, they were 9-3 in the regular season. I mean, they could have had 6-7 losses.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Missouri would have certainly. I mean, there were some close games in there that. I mean, could have been losses.
Could have gone the other way.
Yeah,
yeah.
Right. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, Kelly gets paid a lot of money for this stuff, but
it'd be interesting to see who picks up in the portal too. I mean, he's certainly done a good job with that.
Yeah.
The last couple of years.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hit the portal. What do you think about the season in general? I mean, I'm pretty happy with. Realistically speaking, I mean, we want to win the national championship every year. I'm very disappointed in the defense, knowing that we had a record-breaking offense. Right. Who would have ever thought that we would have an offense as good or better than 2019? And we did. Yeah. I mean, we thought that was a once-in-a-lifetime offense, and here we are again with one. And our defense really let us down. And I don't want to – when I say defense, I'm not picking on any kids or anything like that, but our defense let us down. These guys are getting NIL deals and stuff. They're pros now, really.
And why don't you have Rick Weeks out there more? I didn't understand that. He was one of your better defensive players, and Spites.
So many things, like you said, didn't make sense.
Yeah, Spites is horrible. I'm sorry.
I don't know if he was injured or what, but he just and you know, with Spites, it was a great – I mean, Alabama wanted him. It's not like it's – you know, I mean, it's it made all the sense in the world to go get him. He was an all Pac-12 player. I mean, all conference player. So I was disappointed in that aspect in hindsight. But, you know, if you would have told me at the beginning of the year, hey, you're going to have a 9-3 year, make it to a decent bowl and continue this build, realistically speaking, I mean, we played. I think we ended up with second or third toughest strength of schedule in the nation. Yeah. And we're rebuilding, and especially if you look at the loss at the cornerback position with the young man who ended up with Gregg Brooks, with the brain. I don't. Yeah. Searching for the word. Yeah. But, you know, with him and then some injuries and then some knucklehead stuff. And, I mean, just I don't know. I guess I'm happy at the end of the day. I'd
like to send 10 wins. I'd have been happy with that.
Yeah. I'll be happier if they make the change. And it's not just the defense coordinator. There's a lot of – I mean, they spent half the year not covering the ball. I mean, the cornerbacks are just – I mean, the techniques that they were playing were it was just poor football.
Yeah. Do you go back after Corey Raymond?
It makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, it's debatable. I can see both sides as far as the on the field coaching, because Florida was not very good the last couple of years at his position.
Right.
But he's one heck of a recruiter.
Yeah.
And
right.
I think in some capacity, you do bring him back.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it makes all the sense in the world to bring him back.
Yeah, put your egos aside.
Yeah. I think, you're talking about, if you can recruit Louisiana, you can win a lot of football games. You can finish top 10 almost every year if you just recruited Louisiana.
Absolutely.
And that's what he does well.
Absolutely. I know you saw the picture, Arch Manning with the new state coach.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? And then Archie comes out and says he's staying at Texas. I'm like, what is he doing? Just touring state? Come on.
Yeah.
That don't fly.
Taking a like a high school recruiting visit. Yeah. Yeah. So that's one of the things that I was going to get into in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
First, let's jump on the Heisman, because we talked about it a little bit last week. And one of the things that jumped out, if you look at Daniel's numbers,
it's a no-brainer.
He's the best player in college football. And I'm looking at some of these things, and one that jumped out to me, it says only 2 SEC players have ever, SEC, not LSU, SEC, have ever averaged over 400 yards per game. Joe Burrow averaged 402 in 2019. Daniels averaged 412.
Yeah. And Daniels did it against much better competition than the other guys.
Yeah, than Nix, and yeah, that's right. And I think Bo Nix is going to win it, because he's got this extra game, and if he plays well, and he's got that that got a little bias on both coasts. I think that's real.
A lot of these voters, and I don't like this either, put their vote in early.
Yeah.
So that could be a factor.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think there's any. If you're taking a quarterback with the first pick, if you're a college, if you look back at the beginning of the year and you're like, hey, you can have any quarterback in the country, are you going to take Bo Nix or Jaden Daniels? I'm going to take Daniels all day long. I think anybody that said they wouldn't is fooling themselves. Yeah, I mean,
what'd you do?
So here's something going off over there. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, that's what I was going. What are your thoughts on Levy to State?
I like it. I think he's going to do a good job, and I mean, he's got a lot of enthusiasm, and of course he's a proven coach. So yeah, I think it's a good change for him.
Yeah. I think at State you have to have an offensive guy. I think in college football, I think in football, in period now, I think there are still some good defensive coaches that are winning, but they're more the outlier now than they're more the exception than the rule. Yeah. I think you've got to. I mean, the rules are designed for offenses, and I think that the guys who are better on offense are going to win games.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Northwestern State. I don't know if you remember Blaine McCorkle, who played at LSU.
Okay.
He was at Belhaven. He's the new Northwestern State.
Okay, that's funny, because I'm about to set something up on. I'm working my way there, because there's a few questions I want to ask you about Louisiana stuff. Yeah. Elko to A&M. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that's a good move for A&M. They need a guy who's not a me kind of guy who's going to get in there and turn it around.
Yeah. The curious thing to me is, like I just said, is he's a defensive guy.
Right.
He's a very good defensive guy. It's going to be very key for him to get the right offensive coordinator. And then that transition.
Sorry, Patrina's taken.
That transitions into. Let me get my neck brace. Our motorcycle riding, neck brace wearing.
I think that just
whatever we want to call him, knucklehead of a man. You talk about full circle. I'm like, man, what is Arkansas thinking bringing this guy back? But
is it desperation? You got to wonder.
Oh my goodness, man!
Pittman has to know if he doesn't do it next year, he's gone. So
how many signs are going to be at game day with the hat and the neck brace? I mean, you're going to see it 1,000 times next year. I don't know, man. To me, it's kind of like, you know, I've run across a few people in life who have married the same woman twice, and sometimes it works out. And but this is kind of like get married, getting a divorce, and then you get remarried the same woman. I don't know.
Well, it has the Arkansas fan base excited, so that's one good thing.
Yeah. Just be careful if you're on the volleyball team. No, so I want to talk about some of the Louisiana teams since it's a little bit, you know, it's local to a lot of our people here. You know, all of our teams. Terry Bowden at ULM
I hate to say that.
got fired. What did you think of? Will you pass me? What did you think of? Thank you. What did you think of that?
I was surprised. Very surprised. I mean, I don't know who you're going to get to come in with the kind of name, and I thought he did a good job. Of course, you're behind the 8 ball at ULM with the facilities and that kind of deal. So yeah, I hated to see, especially since he was coming to talk to the football foundation in February.
Yeah, was that the AD that did the press conference?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He was a big talker. I don't know. He's like, you would be floored by the amount of by the names that want to come here. I'm thinking, if there was a big name that was ready to go there, I would be floored. Not by the names. If there was just a big name, I would be floored.
Exactly. Yeah.
What about so you had Hugh Jackson that got fired over his family?
I was surprised about that too. I don't know. You know, they pull the strings quick nowadays.
How long was Hugh there? 2 years?
A couple of years, yeah. And he did some good things. It's tough, and of course with the portal, as you know, who was it? Guy in Nebraska going off about, you know, here we go developing this kid for 2 years, and somebody else shows money to him, he's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that coach is fired.
Yeah.
So that's tough.
And then the Northwestern State debacle, where do you have any information on where that's at?
I talked to Daryl Day, who knows Blaine, and he said that's a great pick for them.
So that's locked in. That's the Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And he said he's a real Christian guy, a real great guy, and he's excited about that. Of course, Daryl coached at Northwestern for a while, so yes. And what he did at Belhaven, turn that around, and of course Northwestern's got a lot of making up to do.
Yeah.
Just fixing that image of what's become of Northwestern, and I think he's a good pick for him. He's got everybody rallying around him.
Yeah.
Now, Sonny Cumbie, I'm still wondering about him at Tech.
That was going to be my next question. What are you hearing from Tech fans and about all of that?
A lot of good things.
That's where I was at too. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know everything about the guy. I didn't watch Tech play a lot, but what I'm reading and stuff.
I mean, I thought it was a great pick when they got him. I liked how he came on and just what the things he said. But if you're not winning, you're not going to be around long.
Yeah, and their quarterback just hit the transfer portal. I think he had like 68% completion percentage or something high. And that kind of leads me into the transfer portal. It's heating up now.
Yeah.
I've seen KJ Jefferson from Arkansas, Kansas State's quarterback.
Carolina.
What's that?
Coastal Carolina.
Max Johnson from A&M. Yeah. He's already signed with North Carolina.
Yeah.
So he may end Matt Brown's career. I think he's ended a couple so far. So I just never. I'm sure he's a great kid, but I've just never seen. It takes him all day to throw the football. Yeah. I mean, he's had some moments, but I just don't see him as a franchise quarterback. But
it'd be interesting if LSU goes after Jefferson, and I mean, hey, look what happened when we brought Daniels in. That's all you have to tell him.
Yeah,
but I've been mixed emotions on Jefferson. It's kind of hot and cold.
I'm not sure what I feel about Jefferson.
Yeah, he looks great on one play, and
he plays great against us, but
he does.
But, even though he played great against us, I still think he threw 2 interceptions or something like that. It's going to be tough without Daniels, no matter how we cut it, because, I mean, that guy was automatic.
He was.
His accuracy, he didn't turn the ball over. And then, by the way, I can outrun everybody on the field like a gazelle.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But But yeah, Notre Dame center. And I saw a message board they were talking about, should we go after Notre Dame center? He's going to be really good and this and that. And some of the guys made a good point. They're like, man, our offensive line is solid right now. And these guys that we have coming up, and I kind of agree with that. Like, just keep these guys together.
Yeah.
I know depth is great. Now, I'm not saying don't get good players, but if we have 2 or 3 deep at this position,
yeah,
let it. And they're committed to LSU already, right. and they put in the time and the work. Let them.
Oh, I agree.
Let them have it.
Yeah,
so
you never know what it does to the chemistry when you bring somebody in.
Yeah, that's right. I don't even know why I enjoy picking on Iowa so much, but their record. I mean, it's an anomaly. Is that the word I'm looking for? Their offense was rated an F+, and they started doing this rating in 2007. I was reading, and I think they're the 17th team since 2007 to have like an F+ offensive rating. No other team won more than 5 games. Of all those other teams, they finished 10-2. Yeah. And should have been 11-1. I think there was a bad call in there. Yeah. So I mean,
how bad is that confidence?
Yeah, that doesn't say a lot about their strength of schedule. But we were laughing that when they played Nebraska last week, 26.5 was the over.
Yeah.
And they still didn't hit.
They still couldn't.
Oh my goodness, man. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I think they've already said that Ferrett's, his son's out as offensive coordinator. They made that announcement that this will be his last year earlier in the season. So we'll keep an eye on that offense. We definitely don't want any of their offensive transfers.
No.
And then I also wanted to talk about this week's games that we have coming up and kind of get your thoughts on those. I'm gonna throw it at you. I'm gonna throw some of these championship games at you, and you just tell me who you think's gonna win. Let's not even talk about the spread right now.
Okay.
Let's just talk about straight up winning. Oregon and Washington. That's interesting. I got my thoughts on that. But what are you thinking on that one?
Man, I think Oregon, they're rolling right now, and I hate it's a Friday night game because.
Yeah, it is a Friday night game.
But yeah, I like Oregon in that one. I think they're making the way to get there.
Yeah, I think Oregon. Now, I think Oregon's going to beat them pretty good. I think they're playing much better ball right now, but. Man, Washington's undefeated, man. Maybe they're just a team maybe they're a team of destiny or something.
That's it.
At least till they get to the playoffs.
Right.
Running across Georgia or somebody.
Destined to be out.
What about Oklahoma State, Texas? I find that one pretty interesting,
I think
too.
Texas is going to take care of their business there.
Do you?
Yeah, I can't see them stumping their toe at this stage. They know what's on the line. And I'm surprised in Oklahoma State, but, yeah, I think Texas takes care of it.
Okay. What about Tulane? Since a little local flavor, Tulane versus SMU, two top 25 teams right there.
Who would have thunk it?
I know. Tulane's been on a good run these last couple of years.
Tulane or pick against them. I mean, they've just proven that they belong.
And I'm a firm believer that if Tulane would have had their starting quarterback earlier in the year against Ole Miss, they would have beat Ole Miss. Yeah. I mean, they had them on the ropes, and I mean, I'm sure the Ole Miss fans will disagree with me on that, but
yeah.
I mean,
where does Fritz end up? These openings, he's going to be somewhere.
There were some plays in that game that I watched, and I was like, that the quarterback missed on, and I was like, man, the starting quarterback would have hit that play, which would have, gotten them down the field. Mm-hmm. So I mean, they only lost one game this year, or two? One. Yeah. So let me see. I'm gonna come back to this. Speaking of Iowa, Michigan and Iowa.
Oh, ugly.
Let's do this. How many points do you think Iowa will score? 10 or?
I would say 6.
Less than 10. Yeah, I'm 10 or less myself. Yeah. I would be more surprised than not if they scored a touchdown.
Yeah. The only thing they got going for them is
offensive touchdown. Yeah.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Michigan's got all the pressure on them, so
yeah.
That's the only way I see it being close.
Yeah. Florida State and Louisville. That's another interesting game just because of the injury situation. I think Florida State's a much better team.
Yeah.
More talented, but you're going into your second game now without your starting quarterback.
I still like Florida State in that game, though. I think they'll take care of business and rely on the run and their defense.
Yeah, I agree on that. And if Florida State pulls that out, we were talking to Craig off air about the 100 different scenarios that this could play out, which is really awesome this year. But if they do win the game, I think you got to give them a spot.
I do.
You can't cheat them just because of an injury.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, they've beaten everybody they played. What else you want?
Yeah, I mean,
they've been ranked in the top 5.
Yeah, including LSU. Even though LSU didn't, that's still drive me nuts for that game. But yeah, man, the win's there. Yeah. Beat them. Yeah. And then the big one, the Georgia-Alabama. What are your thoughts on that one?
I think Georgia wins that. I think after seeing Auburn run the ball the way they did, I think Georgia will go with that. And Georgia will do a better job against Milroe because they'll have more personnel, better personnel to keep him in the pocket. So I go with Georgia.
Okay, I'm gonna send this over to Nick Saban after, so you can use this as rat poison.
Yeah, you can talk to Mulkey about it.
Yeah, I tell you, it's it feels weird going against Saban. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in this game. You know, I think my logic tells me that Georgia's going to win by 7-10.
But yeah, how many times have we seen that?
But
other way.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. You never know with Saban on the sideline, scheming up that defense, and Milroe may have the career game. I mean, I don't know. I'll have my eyes on that one for sure. And then before we switch over to the next segment, we've got. I wanted to talk to you about Angel Reese.
Yeah.
I didn't think she would be back.
I didn't either.
But it looks like she's going to be back.
Hopefully, with a better attitude, more of a team player. Especially losing Samaya, they need her now.
Yeah.
And, we'll see how that plays out, but she's just got to stop being meat.
Yeah, I agree. I hope that I hope that the team chemistry can stay there because they have been playing some good ball, and
find out tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's going to be a big one tonight. Yeah. And we'll see. And I think that if there's a straight shooter in sports, I mean, it's Kim Mulkey. I mean,
Absolutely.
People can say what they want to say about her, but she's a straight shooter and she's a winner. And I think she loves her kids, and I think she's giving them the best advice for them. I honestly believe that.
She's using this whole thing to rally her team.
Yeah.
Look, everybody's jumping on us, and let's get together and show them what we can do.
Yeah. In a minute, we've got Miss Annie Sampson from Group Sales from the casino coming on, but a couple more quick things I wanted to hit. I'm looking now on the pro side that I wanted to hit. I saw that if the Saints lose on Sunday, Dennis Allen will have the 10th worst coaching record ever of every coach that's ever done this. If they lose on Sunday, he'll have a .307 win percentage, which will be the 10th worst of anybody who has ever stood on the sideline.
But we're getting there. We're moving the football. We're not scoring, but we're moving the football.
Oh man, what a time to be a Saints fan. Lord, I mean, you got to make a change.
You do.
I mean, we can't go into another season like this. And then I saw Zach Taylor's record without Burrow. Somebody said that it's slightly different than this, but there was a meme or whatever you want to call it up, and it said his record without Burrow is 4-28-1. And somebody was like, "That's not exactly right. It's this," but it was still horrible. But yeah, so that's what the little thing said was 4-28-1. So I'm kind of curious. I would love to see Burrow playing with one of these coaches like
the offensive-minded coach.
Yeah, I mean this guy at Miami or Reed or somebody like Rams. That. Yeah, the Rams guy. I mean, I've never seen Zach Taylor as those guys. Even though I know he came up with some of those guys, he just never had the success that they've had. And then a couple of big games this week we'll hit on. And again, we won't talk spread. We'll talk spread with Tim, but a couple of the big games this week. Tonight's a good game. The Seahawks and the Cowboys. That'll be a good one. See if the Cowboys can. They look like world beaters last week. Mm-hmm. I'm sure our buddy Fred Marsalis was over there with a big grin on his face, and
he and Nick Logan,
rightfully so. And but we'll see if they can be consistent. I think that's always been the Cowboys' problem is consistency.
Exactly.
They'll look like world beaters one week and then down the next. But
a lot of that's Dak Prescott. Which one shows up?
Yeah, the Saints and the Lions. I mean. I'm pulling for the Saints, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I've just melded in as a fan this year or
how many sacks show up.
Oh my goodness, man! I don't see the Saints pulling it out this week. I mean, even though they're home, I don't know. I hope they do. Yeah. I'm still pulling for the Saints, and I'm still a Saints fan, but I think I've just checked out for the. I mean, you got to give me a reason to turn the TV on. Right. I mean, it's not our job to support you no matter what. You've got to put a good product on the field. There's a lot of entertainment options on in the world. So, and then the Chiefs and Packers are an interesting game at Green Bay.
Right.
I know the Packers aren't the traditional Packers, but anytime you go to Green Bay, and the Chiefs are figuring some things out. So I think that's an interesting game Sunday night. Do you see the Chiefs pulling that out?
I do.
Yeah. I think the big one for the week for the pros is 49ers and Eagles, and
we were both surprised about.
We were surprised at the point spread on that one, but we'll talk a little bit about that with Tim in a minute. But who do you think is going to win the game at Philadelphia? 49ers at Eagles?
It's hard to pick against Philadelphia at home, so I think they'll win.
Yeah.
I understand what Craig was saying. The 49ers had a long time off playing Thanksgiving, and the Eagles were in a rough game with the Bills, so that may play a factor, but I still like the Eagles.
Yeah, they're gritty. I don't know what it is. They're just one of those gritty teams. So, you got anything else you want?
I do want to mention one thing. It came out yesterday. I saw it yesterday. The SEC 24 conference opponents. Man, next year is going to be wild.
Oh, well, unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Alabama. They've got Auburn, Georgia. They've got South Carolina home. They go to LSU, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. So Nick may be better try to get in there this year.
The only one you need to look at, the only one you have to read, go to the Florida Gators schedule and look at that next year.
Yeah, that's brutal too. Kentucky, LSU, Ole Miss.
There's no way their coach makes it through next year.
Georgia, State, Tennessee, Texas away. Yeah, that's tough. Now for LSU, Alabama, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt at home. Man, that's some good home games. At Arkansas, at Florida, out South Carolina, and at Texas A&M.
Yeah, and we've got USC on the schedule next year, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure do.
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody's got a tough schedule next year.
Yeah.
With just Oklahoma and Texas coming in.
Woo. Yeah.
That's why I think if you're State, I think that's probably why you see these, and A&M, that's why you're seeing these teams that are like, man, you could get to the bottom real quick if you don't have the right. I mean, you got to have everything in place to have a shot. I mean, because if you got something wrong, you're going to the bottom of that conference.
That's some brutal schedules. So you better be tough, and you better stay healthy.
Yeah, that's right. You got to have good coach, good players, and a lot of luck. So, all right. Well, always enjoy that talk, and what we'll do is we'll take a super quick break, and we'll have Annie Sampson of Magnolia Bluff Casino back with us for just a minute. She's going to tell us about some group sales.
Good. We'll
be right back after this break.
Hey y'all, my name is Katie Bellamy. I'm the physical therapist here at Trinity Medical. Physical therapy is a health profession intended to promote, restore, integrate, and maintain physical health. We accomplish this through exercise, manual therapy, electrotherapeutic thermal modalities, and neuromuscular re-education, and a variety of skilled interventions. We treat pediatric patients, orthopedic patients, neurological patients, post-surgical, and specialize in fall risk assessment and management. Physical therapy helps identify and improve physical deficits with conservative treatment, which allows our patients to get back to the quality of life they deserve. If you have a physical therapy need, come see us here at Trinity Medical.
Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. I want to tell you about our awesome partners, J.E. Hicks Distributing Company, also known as Hicks Chiks. Hicks Chiks is a local, family-owned food distribution company that has been serving the Miss Lou since 1945. You already know they serve all of your favorite restaurants, but did you know they are also open to the public? Hicks has a variety of food products, including delicious heat and eat options like chicken and dumplings, white bean chicken chili, lasagna, and gumbo. They also carry a wide variety of seafood options like shrimp, crabs, tuna steaks, salmon, and catfish. And don't forget about their famous TNT burgers that are already pattied up for you and their amazing dessert options. So go see the awesome team at Hicks Chiks at 1380 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Natchez. Hicks Chiks, way more than just chicken. Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. We want to tell you about our awesome partner, Dr. Gregg and Gregg Veterinary Hospital. Gregg Veterinary Hospital has been providing comprehensive, reliable, cutting-edge veterinary services to pets in the Miss Lou since 2002. They welcome pets of all shapes and sizes who are in need of emergency treatment or who require routine medical, surgical, and dental care. Dr. Gregg and his team offer a long list of services, including in-house laboratory diagnostics, digital x-ray, soft tissue, orthopedic surgery, dental care, extractions, laser surgery, laser therapy, preventative health, and wellness plans. And if you need grooming and boarding services, they do that too. So call Gregg Veterinary Hospital today. All right, we are back with Miss Annie Sampson of Group Sales with Magnolia Bluffs. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well. We had to get somebody to make me and Joey look good on the screen here, so we brought Annie in.
Oh, my, thank you. Thanks for having me.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Nice having you on the show. It says that you've been with the casino since 2017.
Yes, sir, I have.
So you must like it if you're still around.
I love it.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your experience here.
Well, it's a great work. What I do, I take and do group events and also take and do like group sales where we have groups coming in from everywhere.
Okay.
So we take and do events like birthday parties, receptions, weddings, everything that you need. Magnolia Bluff has it.
Okay. So you meet some interesting people. You get to work with people from all over, I guess.
Yes, I meet some great people. And that's the great thing about working here. You get to meet new people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you guys, we just had, I've been over in the VIP room with Tim a few times, and we just did a little Thanksgiving thing over there. It's a great little room. I watched a couple of LSU games in there this year. And I was actually talking with Tim last night about the VIP room. You want to tell us about it? And how people could
rent the event
Rent the
space?
event, yeah.
Yes, good thing about it, we have several event spaces to rent out. One of them is the VIP room. If you want to like a relaxing, sports booking, food right here at you, that's a great spot to rent. At the hotel, we also have different areas that can accommodate any kind of group, any size groups.
Okay.
So
we can ballroom,
and Natchez room. Actually, we can take and split the ballroom up in half. So whatever you need, we can handle it.
Okay, so you can handle it.
Yes.
Any size groups.
Any size groups, we can work with you.
And I wasn't going to let Joey know that they let me in the VIP room because
Well, you're gonna have to go take a look.
I got it written.
I accidentally said that because he's put in his application to be VIP 3 or 4 times.
Oh my goodness. Y'all gonna have to let Joey in.
Yeah, they won't. They won't let him in. I bought my way in. I had to slide Tim 100 to let me in.
Oh my.
Yeah.
And I imagine your job, you do a lot of adapting and adjusting.
I do. I really do. And the great thing about it, we have such a great team here in Magnolia Bluff that, anything you need, it really can help fill in. Like, we have people that help with anything. So that's the great thing about it. And when our Natchez room, we have like an update, and you have the video and
full audio, video,
everything. So
bar available.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody loves the bar.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be having to watch people's audio and video, I mean, you gotta be thinking.
Everybody loves the bar. Guess what? It's right beside the Natchez room, so you don't have too far to go.
Look, when I go to these conferences, and it never fails, somebody's gonna put something on the screen that's a mile long, and they're just gonna read it word for word, and you can always tell in those first 10 seconds, I'm like, he's about to read this to me. And I always think, this could have been an email.
Oh, my goodness.
But whenever that happens, I'm always looking around like, is there a bar around? Is there
Is it kind of like a Jack Harlow halftime performance?
Yeah. So,
let me ask you this. You talk about it, plans and all. How far ahead do people need to let you know what they're planning?
Really, we have people that book out a year or two ahead of time. So really letting us know ahead of time is a great idea, because half of the time, you wait last minute, nothing's going to be available.
Yeah.
And the great thing about it now, we have where we can rent out our pool area. So we can rent that out.
That's really cool. Yeah. Well,
so we have a lot of great things to offer.
Yeah. And I know you're busy, and I don't want to keep you here, but I don't want to keep you here too long, but I always give our guests an opportunity to just say, if you were just wanting to tell people about the casino, what it's like to work here and all that, what would you say to them?
I'm going to tell you, Magnolia Bluff Casino is the place to be. You get opportunities to move up. I started off at the front desk. Now I'm in sales, looking to go further. So if you need any kind of employment, make sure you stop by here.
Awesome. That's a nice pitch, too. That was good. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming out and sharing a little information with us about group sales. And we enjoy meeting the different team members every week, because me and Joey, we get tired of talking to each other. We done heard all of each other's stories.
It's like our best friends. Like, I can tell the love.
We don't get tired of each other. We don't get tired of each other, but we enjoy bringing people in.
Okay, well, I'm happy you guys invited me. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite.
Well, thank you so much. And we'll take one quick break, and we'll be back with Tim for this week's Take It to the Bank Locks of the Week. So we'll be right back after a quick break.
Play to win our Pumpkin Patch Progressive and Black Friday weekend drawings. It's time to gobble up over $50,000 in winnings at Magnolia Bluffs Casino Hotel. It's always a good time. Visit MagnoliaBluffsCasino.com.
All right, guys, we are back, and we've replaced so we got Tim here. So in the last segment we had Annie on, and I was talking about the VIP room over there, and I said, I've spent a little time over there with you and this and that, and then I was like, I shouldn't have said that in front of Joey, since he's at his VIP
room.
Since he's had his registration decline like 3 or 4 times to be VIP around here, I felt bad.
I tell you what, you keep up winning. We're going to have your celebration in the VIP room.
That's what we should do. We should have our celebration in the,
At this rate, it's going to be a participation trophy.
Winner has to buy everything. You want to say that? Winner has to buy everything.
I got the Saints.
No, we're back for a week. I don't even know what week this is with our our Take It to the Bank locks of the week. And I think Dustin's probably got it on the screen right now. But, man, last week, Joey went 2-0. You had a rough week, man, 0-2, and I'm right there in the middle at 1-1. And so that puts me at 12-1 overall. Tim at 11-13-1 overall, and Joey 13-10-2 overall. We got to have a good week this week, Tim.
We do.
You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to hold them.
Oh, Joey Rogers over here. Yeah, so we're going to have to make some.
I got to do something, man.
Yeah.
They keep getting caught by the hook, and
we got some game. We got some limited college games this week, so we're
it's championship week.
So you want to start us out, Joey? With let's start out in college with your.
Yeah, I have a feeling one of us is going to have the same pick or the other team. But anyway, I mean, I've been big on Alabama all year, laying the points with them. But I tell you what, I'm going to go with Georgia because I think Alabama kind of was exposed a little bit against Auburn. And I think Georgia
6-point spread.
I think Georgia do a better job of keeping Milroe in check.
Okay. I thought Joey had been on that Bama bandwagon all year. I thought he was about to go the other direction there.
I was hoping he was.
Well, I've got, since we always like to let you go third, Tim, I've got,
is that because I'm in third place? It's nice to you, Ronnie.
We're trying to work the universe here. I've got, I'm looking at this 15-point spread. Texas is 15-point favorites. And to me, I think you're a bigger believer in them, Joey, than I am this game. They've played a lot of close games this year, and I think Oklahoma State doesn't have much to lose. So I think Oklahoma State's going to I'll take Oklahoma State plus 15 there.
All right.
The mullet. I'm 40.
Well, I was going to take Georgia, but as I've got to do something. If we both win that game, that's nothing for me.
Exactly.
We're last minute audible here. I'm going to go Florida State minus 2.5.
Florida State minus 2.5. Okay. You think they're going to how do you see that game playing out?
I really didn't look at it. I just went down real quick and
I think they're going to rely on the run.
Had to find a last minute.
I really think they will. And their defense.
Yeah. You see Florida State pulling it out, points aside?
I hope so. Every other strategy I've used so far this season hasn't been working. So use the spray and pray method.
And I told you we were having dinner the other night, and I told you that I was going to throw this at you this week. This won't count towards our record or anything, but I want you to give me a college I'm going to do a college answer.
All right.
I want you to give me a dog that's going to win straight out. No points needed. That's going to win the game straight up.
All right. That's tough with it being championship week.
Yeah, it's tough.
But I'll give you, looking at the season and how UNLV has been able to keep it close, they're one of the best teams as far as against the spread. I think, and it's only a 2.5-point spread anyways. I think the Rebels might be able to pull it off. Boise State certainly isn't the Boise State of yesteryear. So
yeah. I'm gonna Tim dog.
If that one does pull through, I think it should count.
Well, if that happens, he lost his VIP space.
All right, so let's go over to the pro side here. Some nice games this weekend. Joey, what are you?
I'm going with the Texans minus 3.5.
Texans minus 3.5. Where Texans?
Middle of the tape.
Middle. Okay. Oh, are you over the Broncos? The Broncos have been pretty hot.
No.
Oh man.
No. Go ahead.
Is it?
He's messing you up this time.
Oh man, I'm gonna go. Look, I said earlier in the show before you came out, I said I don't know if maybe it's just me. I'm off the bandwagon. I'm just done with the Saints. I think this year, I'm still pulling for them, but I feel like the train is slowly going off the tracks, and maybe not even slowly. I don't know. It might be full speed going off. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm taking Detroit. They're 4-point favorites, and I'm going with Detroit. I look for Detroit to actually win pretty big in the Dome.
This going last thing ain't really working for me. I had the.
Well, at least it gives you a chance to change. Yeah.
I also
gain some ground.
I also had the Lions -4.
He's having to do this on the spot, and no Gregg to help out here. We got Gregg on the other side of the camera. No Gregg,
which is a good place for him.
Yeah. I mean,
you know, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take. I looked at this game quite a bit, anyways. They've just bit me twice now, but I'm gonna go Eagles +2.5.
Okay, I thought you was about to go with the Swifties again. Okay, Eagles +2.5.
Yeah,
I like that pick too.
I like that pick too.
That's actually was going to be and still is the game, but I think no points might be needed. The Eagles win that one outright.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a good pick, man. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty good. So that's gonna be your dog pick. I mean,
that's my dog. That's my dog pick too. Yeah, originally that was going to be the no points needed. So I guess it makes sense that I take the points. Although they cost me last week, and I think 2 weeks before that.
Look, Gregg, since Craig's on the other side of the camera, but since we got you here, do you have a dog pick in pros this week? Somebody's going to win straight up?
I like the Eagles.
You like the Eagles to win straight up?
Till they get beat again.
Yeah. What about on the so the Eagles is going to be your dog pick? What about on the college side?
I hate to follow him, but I like UNLV.
Y'all been hanging out together too much.
VIP room, I take it.
So y'all didn't talk about it, but you agree with both of his for the dogs?
Boise and BYU aren't the Boise and BYU of yesteryear.
Yeah.
This year.
Uh-huh.
And they're very vulnerable to upsets.
Okay. So we got we'll hold both of y'all to it then. So, and all right. Well, it looks like the best part of the show is almost here. Me and Joey are all right, but the food's always delicious. And for y'all, for those of you who know about my my little near-death choking experience, this is my first time to eat hamburger steak since then, and I will chew my food more, and I will slow down and chew my food more. Yeah,
you want to get
man, that looks beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful, and a baked potato.
That
Man,
good.
I'm ready to redeem myself. And hopefully I can make it through without choking to death here.
That would be good. I don't want to put up with Gregg all the time.
So that's our December special.
This is the December special?
That's right.
All right.
Hamburger steak.
That looks great.
It looks wonderful. Onion and mushroom gravy. It looks wonderful. It smells wonderful. I don't know if you guys can smell it through the camera, but it smells delicious. So, Tim, what you got? You want to say anything to the people while we got you here? Or about the upcoming month? We got the special here.
We got the special. We got a lot of stuff going on. Heading into.
I didn't tell you I was going to ask you that question. So
that's all right. Heading into holiday season, we'll be participating in the Christmas parade this weekend up on the Bluff.
Unbelievable.
We got a lot of exciting promotions still left going into December, and then post holiday, of course, we're going to have a packed weekend for New Year's Eve. We've got 3 different bands that weekend, some local bands, some bands from Baton Rouge, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, champagne toast at midnight, cash giveaway on New Year's Eve at midnight, along with another cash giveaway New Year's Day. But we got an action-packed month of December before that. So come on down. Still plenty of football to watch. We've got basketball, college basketball starting. So a lot of reasons to come down, watch some sports, and
rent the VIP room.
That's
for
right.
your rent the VIP room for your parties.
You got a little Christmas party for your company. Talk to Annie. We'll get you set up in the VIP room. If Joey hasn't staked claim to it, come on down and see us.
Well, man, we appreciate y'all coming out. We appreciate all of our partners, Concordia Sentinel as always, Magnolia Bluff as always. Just appreciate all of our viewers. Thank y'all for everything out there. Just happy holidays going into December, and I'm going to say Merry Christmas too because I'm a Merry Christmas guy. But thanks to everybody out there. Another awesome week. God bless.
Look out next week for a special announcement.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tease. Coming up, great tease. God bless everybody out there, and as always, have a champion day. We want to shout out all of our awesome partners, including Hicks Chiks, Trinity Medical, Gregg Vet, Magnolia Bluff Casino, Weeks Furniture, and all of the awesome partners that you see on the screen right now.
Hi, it's Shannon with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. If you like what we're doing, be sure to follow, like, share, and even comment on all our content. Also, visit MissLouChampions.com to sign up for our newsletter and to receive other information, as well as the opportunity to receive some awesome prizes. Thank you, Miss Lou, for your continued support, and as always, have a champion day.